for example, if I'm having a conflict with another person, right? It might be anyone in the workplace or family, friend group, anyone. In that situation, so how does that help me? Do I empathize with that person? Do I think that he's the same person as me? Because if I know that, okay, there is only one consciousness that's shining, that one light that's shining on both of us, there is that oneness, but we still feel different because, as you said, the mind, the knowledge, those things are different. So how do I react in that situation?
Yes. Vedanta does this thing about dividing the reality into two layers. Paramarthika, ultimate reality. Vyavaharika, transactional reality. Ultimate reality, we are all one reality, Brahman. Transactionally, we are different persons. Vedanta is very realistic. It exactly as it appears, it will say that yes, these are all different people. But what difference is there between the Vedantic person and the non-Vedantic person? The Vedantic person takes this appearance of these different people as a relative truth, not ultimate truth. Ultimate truth is there's one consciousness and I am that one consciousness and I am alone in all these people. So in one sense, the Vedantin knows they're all one with me. The Vedantin, you feel that sense of oneness with everybody. First, you start with that, the sense of oneness with everybody. Now come to the practical dealing with people. So you said conflict. Conflict arises because of lack of oneness. You may have the feeling of oneness, the other person may not have. The other person is just acting from his or her perceived set of interests. That I am this person, this is what I want. And then it leads to conflict with the other person. If you are Vedantic, you feel a sense, first of all, a sense of oneness with that person. And then you proceed to deal with the situation. How will you deal with it? You will deal with it with whatever steps are necessary. In some situation, it could be affection. In some situation, it could be firmness. But one test will be, you'll never be upset in any situation. Even if you're scolding a person, you'll still be serene within. And you'll be all sympathy for that person. See, just because we feel oneness with somebody doesn't mean that you are going to agree to anything and everything at the personal level. Because the demands are also coming from an uninformed, ignorant personal level. So you know what is good and what is bad for yourself as a person, a spiritual person, and for the other person also. And for the organization also. So you will do what is rational, what is necessary. Notice, after teaching all this oneness, Krishna to Arjuna tells him to fight.
Right. Mahabharata.
Mahabharata, yes. So the work that has to be done has to be done. After all, the work itself is Brahman. In the Bhagavad Gita, it says, Brahmarpanam Brahmahavi Brahmagno Brahmanahutam Brahmevate Nagantavyam Brahma Karma Samadhina. It's not only in meditation, but also in action. Not only in studying and talking about Vedanta, but in the midst of action, in your office, in your community, in your family. When you're involved in action, you can still see Brahman everywhere in oneness. So the example is given of a Vedic fire sacrifice, where there are these wooden spoons with which they would put ahuti, the havan in the fire, Vedic fire. So it says Brahmarpanam, the spoon with which you are pouring into the fire, that spoon is Brahman. It's not a spoon, it's Brahman. Brahmagni, the fire, it's not a fire, it's Brahman. The priest who's pouring, it's not a priest, it's Brahman. What you are pouring, the ghee, the clarified butter, it's not ghee, it's Brahman. In this way, the one who sees Brahman in the midst of all actions, not by stopping actions and sitting in meditation, in the midst of all actions, one who sees Brahman, that person will attain Brahman.